Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be telling you why Fiber 5 is amazing and why you probably should start practicing Fiber 5 too. Okay, so let's get started with the cube itself. Okay, so the hardware for Fiber 5 is absolutely amazing. The cubes out there are so good compared to any other big cube, for example 4x4, 6x6, 7x7. Even layered hardware like 4x4 and 6x6 generally is worse than even layered hardware because they have these small internal pieces which are it just makes it harder to make good hardware, and 7x7 is just too many pieces, and Fiber 5 has the best hardware for big cubes. It's just the hardware is so amazing. Like the cube I'm using right now is the Qi Evolve 5M, which is supposed to be the best Fiber 5 on the market right now, and it definitely is. It turns so fast. It does not even feel like I am turning a Fiber 5. It feels like I'm turning a 3x3. It does not lock up at all, and it's just absolutely amazing. So if you're getting a Fiber 5 and want the best one, I absolutely recommend this because even after this was released, Max Park broke both the single and average world record with this cube. Anyway, now let's go on to the methods. Okay, so the methods. So there are three main methods out there compared to 4x4. There are also three methods, but in 4x4 it's just clear that Yao is the best. However, in Fiber 5, Yao and reduction are really good. Even Hoya is really good. So they're actually all equal according to me, and that's not the case in 4x4. In 4x4, it's just that Yao is very efficient. Also, it makes way better look ahead. So you should probably stick with Yao for 4x4. And 6x6 and 7x7, Yao is not good. Reduction is the best. However, for Fiber 5, there's just all these three methods, Hoya, Yao, and reduction, are equally as good, and hence you can pick from a variety of options, and that's really nice. And it's just amazing. Fiber 5 is such a good event. For example, I started practicing 4x4, but the hardware was not so great. Also, it depended a lot on luck. For example, there are these two parity algorithms that you need to know because they can show up randomly in a solve. However, in Fiber 5, this can happen only once, so that you need to memorize only one parity algorithm, and it generally is not too bad because Fiber 5 is not as short as 4x4, and in 4x4 there are two parity algorithms, and if you get both of them, it can turn a solve that was in a personal best like kind of pace, and I can change it to just an average solve. That has happened to me so many times, and on Fiber 5 that's not the case, and that's what I'm talking about. It's not too much about luck, and it's more about skill, and I'm absolutely loving that. And you can just improve so fast since the timing is not really short like 3x3, and it's actually a long time. It takes quite a bit of time to solve it. You can improve really fast. For example, I just broke my record yesterday, and again today I broke my record to 1 minute 31 seconds. So yeah, you can improve really fast in this event too. It's just an amazing event, and also I just realized that practicing big cubes like Fiber 5 will train your look ahead and even make you better at 3x3, and that's just amazing because 3x3 is my favorite event, and that's also gonna make me better at it. So I went from not liking Fiber 5 at all when I just started with the beginner's method because it took me too long, to absolutely loving it, and it's my second favorite event right now after 3x3. So yeah, you should probably try this event out. It's really fun, and it's just one of the best events out there according to me. So yeah, if you haven't already, please try Fiber 5. When you start learning the beginner's method, it's not going to be so fun because you're going to be slow, but definitely go with one of the three methods afterwards, Yao, Hoya, or reduction, and it's just absolutely fun, and it's just amazing. It's more about skill and less about luck, and the hardware also is amazing. So it's just an amazing event, so go try it out yourself, guys.